From the street, it looks like any other fire station, with engines ready to save the day. Actually, it's just part of 45-year-old firefighter Larry Gaddis' hobby. His station, complete with 3 vintage fire engines, is next to his home in Rockville. Gaddis says his parents got him interested.
Well, both my father and mother chased fire engines as youngsters, and when I was about 10 years old and the fire engine raced by, my father took us and followed the fire engine. Showed us how the water dumps out on the turns. We were able to follow the water trails and get to the scene of the fire, and it sort of ignited an interest there that stayed there the rest of my life.
60-year-old Bill Barry, a 41-year veteran of the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department, remembers Gaddis driving his toy fire truck in parades and responding to fires on his bike.
He would respond to calls on his bicycle, which he had equipped with blue lights, and he had a yellow raincoat and a pair of boots and some type of helmet. It was not unusual to see him, when the siren blew, turn up on the scene of the fire.
What did the firemen think about it at the time?
Well, they knew, there was no doubt in anybody's mind that he was going to be a fireman sooner or later.
Gaddis retired as a professional firefighter in 1988 after 22 years of service. He still serves as a volunteer on the Rockville Department and as Assistant Chief for Cabin John. Today, he says an important part of his life is his hobby, preserving the past for the future and teaching fire prevention by showing his engines at children's birthday parties.
I've amassed quite a collection of equipment over the years, and what I'd like to do is have sort of an informal museum where I can set things up in chronological order and show kids, or even the big kids who are interested, how fire alarm systems started out in the old days when they rang a bell in the neighborhood, on up to the modern-day radios and tone alerting systems.
So what do neighbors think of his hobby? Well, some weren't too happy at first, but now most agree with Opal Rager.
Oh, yeah, people like it because he's real nice. He takes kids for rides on them and rides them around the neighborhood. He goes on birthday parties, like you said, you know, and all. He's a real neat guy.
To those who think you'd have to be crazy to own your own fire station,
You have to be crazy to be a firefighter anyway, so it's just one step further.
for Eyewitness News, this is Steve Burnett reporting from Rockville, Maryland.
Tell me a little about Larry Gaddis and the fire department.
Well, ever since I can remember, when he was a young boy in the early childhood, I might say, he was always interested in the fire service and in the fire department, especially the Rockville Volunteer Fire Department, and he grew up keeping that interest, and the way he's gotten today, and he's served in the fire service just all of his life. He, in his younger days, had a bicycle with a wagon, had a yellow raincoat, pair of boots, and he heard the siren blow. He looked around, you could see him coming with the blue lights and the siren on the bicycle.
What did the firemen think about it at the time?
At the time, I'd be an oncoming fireman someday. There's no doubt in anybody's mind about that.
Let me see if I can get that back in there. Let's try it on that same point again. What did the firemen think about him at the time?
At the time, they say he's going to be a future fireman. There's no doubt in anybody's mind.
lot more fun to drive an open cab one, but only in nice weather. Pretty powerful. Say that again?
Where do you get one of these things?
Try that again. A lot of times you bid with the fire department, they advertise for the highest bidder. And if you're the lucky person, you drive home in it.
What's the most unique thing that's happened since you've been driving around one of these things?
Once in a while you stumble upon a real emergency, and then if you have a full tank of oil, you can be the hero, or at least help out.
Have you had that happen?
Oh, yes.
What kind of thing?
Every man for himself. We're quite happy to get any kind of assistance we can give.
Pretty unique, or there are a lot of other guys do this kind of stuff?
Well, there's a nationwide organization, and there are many local organizations of people that do this, so probably they number in the hundreds, maybe the thousands across the country.
Might take a little time.
Have to be crazy to be a firefighter anyway, so it's just one step further.